And brother Joseph, with whom we have walked a long journey as contemporaries in the field of the students' politics, the youth, the Commonwealth, to mention but a few. The Director, Office of the Leader of Government Business, a directorate in Parliament, together with your assistant, all the staff from the Parliamentary Commission attached majorly to the Office of the Leader of Government Business, all the parliamentary liaison officers from ministries, departments, and agencies of government. I was a political liaison officer before I was appointed a government chief whip. You may be technical, but for me I was political. My technical liaison officer then is here, Mr. Rem Joe. You stand up for recognition. And our officer at Parliament then is also here, Madam Sylvia. Now that time was the time of COVID. And as you all know, my senior minister couldn't make it to Parliament. In most cases, our meetings were either Nakasero or Entebbe. The other two ministers of state, by virtue of their seniority and age, would not be sent here and there. So, meaning the one who was left to receive all requirements needed by Parliament was the Minister of State for Education and Sports in charge of sports then. I would work with Mr. Rem, but let me tell your friends this. At times the pressure would be too much, to an extent that Mr. Rem would walk to my office. He comes in the morning when he is fully dressed and he has tucked in so well. But when the pressure mounts on Mr. Rem, you would see Mr. Rem entering my office then when his shirt is either halfway out, because there is a timeline for us as the Minister of Education and Sports to make submission to Parliament. And we would work. You look for this director, this commissioner. It could be something to do with higher education, something to do with the nurses, under the Nurses Council and what have you, anything to do with education. So I know the responsibility that you people have. I tested it politically. I am now at the center stage of helping the Prime Minister who leads government business in Parliament to coordinate. Let me start on the very first note to congratulate you all, parliamentary liaison officers, for the trust bestowed upon you by your different ministries, departments, and agencies of government through this additional assignment of being our parliamentary liaison officers. Congratulations. From the introduction, majority of you are at the level of senior assistant secretaries. There is only one principal, implying you still have a long way to go in the trajectory, technically, of government of Uganda. But let me tell you that the Bible says, to whom more is given, more is expected. Many of you, I can predict that in 10 years' time, the offices you walk to giving you assignments, it will be you seated there giving others assignments. I can predict. I can predict. Because by getting this additional responsibility, that means there is that trust in you, that you can do it. And you have done it. You have done it. This is session number 4 or year 4 of the 11th Parliament. But you can't imagine that we have gone down in the record of Parliament, session 4, year 4 of the 11th Parliament. has gone down on the record of the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda as the session that Parliament passed the highest number of bills. You should clap for yourself. Because these bills are emanating from ministries, departments, and agencies of government. In one single session, we have passed 35 bills. One single session. You know, many times, this credit may not go to you. You may not be recognized. But I owe you a duty of recognition. Because I know what my own officers at the department go through. What you equally go through to get what Parliament requires. But we have done well. We must clap for ourselves. You are part of this achievement from whatever ministry you are coming from. Ministry of Energy, you know what we did. The president is now very happy because we used to get oil through middlemen. But when we passed the law, now I think we are getting it directly. The recent UPDF amendment bill, very hot, but we were there. A friend once asked me recently that, but you government chief whip, what is your role? Because I see you in everything. When the issue of coffee came, you spoke for coffee. When rationalization came, I saw you at the forefront. When deployment of UPDF in Southern Sudan came, I saw you at the forefront. The UPDF amendment, you were even seated alone. You used to be at least escorted by some members who would sit this side and that side. But UPDF amendment, I now saw you alone briefing the country what the NRM caucus had decided. I told him, yes, I am at the center stage because whatever comes to Parliament, legislative in nature, that requires approval of Parliament, when that particular subject matter is discussed in the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. I am, by virtue of my appointment, the chairperson of NRM Parliamentary Caucus and the official spokesperson. So I must brief the country what the caucus has decided to prepare the country that we, the majority members in Parliament, because it is only NRM with the social contract with the people of Uganda, we have decided that this is the route we are following, such that when it comes to Parliament, it is not a surprise. It is not a surprise. So I have saluted you and congratulated you. Let me thank my good friend, Joseph. I may not claim anything, but let me say what happened. Because I had a discussion with Joseph when I was appointed the government chief whip. That discussion is the one who looked for me. Because I was appointed on promotion as government chief whip when I was in the UK, leading Team Uganda on behalf of Mama, the First Lady, for the Commonwealth Games. I was in Birmingham. But he called me that when you returned, I would want to have a discussion with you. And indeed, when I returned, there were issues of handover. 1 month passed, we met in the second month. Then he told me, my brother, how can we help each other? Because I have been with him. I have been with him. There is another organization, the one for women, UN Women. Some of you ladies may know that. They are equally funded partly by the same organization. I told him there are only 3 areas that we can partner on. One is to reorient our committee leadership. Because you are given committee leadership, just imagine I was chairman LC3 in my county, I am elected a member of parliament, I come to parliament, the next thing I am appointed by my party to lead a committee. I was chairman LC3, I'm not meaning myself, I'm just giving myself as an example. Then you are appointed a chairperson of foreign affairs. You are another diplomat in parliament. So we say there are 3 areas. Committees, the leadership. The whips who help us, because we adopted the Commonwealth practice, and Westminster falls under the broader spectrum of the Commonwealth practice. Let's handle committees, the whips, and there are people who help us coordinate MDAs with Parliament, the liaison officers. Since then, we could meet, but we would discuss other things. But I think he kept it in mind. But I am today happy that that dream has come to pass. Join me in thanking our brother here. We know they support Parliament through the department in charge of training. But to pick the parliamentary liaison officers, there are so many training opportunities. That means we are now tailoring towards. And funds permitting, I think we should have one that will bring together all the three. We don't bring them in different segments. Bring the parliamentary liaison officers, bring the leadership of the committees, bring the whips. We sit somewhere. If we are meant to quarrel, we quarrel. Because I know how hard it is. Some of your bosses who are like me, there are those who are very polite, those exceedingly arrogant. But one minister that I credit is the Honorable General David Muhoozi of Internal Affairs. That is one minister who will pick a call and call you even when he's coming to Parliament. He will pick a call and call you if there is a matter on the order paper. He will pick a call to call you even if he's traveling out of the country. He will always keep you updated. How I wish the civilian authority of Uganda could adopt some military doctrines. This country would be far. It would be far. Just imagine a 4-star general picking a phone to call you, Government Chief Whip, today I will not be coming to Parliament. There is even nothing on the order paper that requires the ministry to be represented. And there are those that my officers even fear calling them. He will assure you. He will give you assurance. One is another general, you can see this way, that way. One is good, the other one can give you assurance. So those are just examples. But we use diplomacy to whip them. Because at the end of the day, Parliament requires, if it is a bill, we need that bill. If it is a ministerial statement, we need it. If it is a loan, if it is an action taken report, we need it. Whether you like it or not, humble or arrogant, you must account to Parliament. You must account to Parliament. So, thank you so much, my brother Joseph. Why capacity building? There could be so many reasons. Maybe there are gaps. Maybe there are no gaps. We simply want to behave like the Muslim. Every Friday they go to the mosque. Saturday, the seventh day, will always move. Sunday, the Christians will move to church. To keep on reminding ourselves. So we are gathered here, for me primarily, to remind ourselves that we have a responsibility placed on us in our respective ministries. To me, you, the parliamentary liaison officers, your work is to facilitate communication between your ministry and Parliament generally, through Office of the Leader of Government Business in Parliament. At times we need responses to questions raised by members of Parliament, and the Prime Minister should respond to them every Thursday. If we don't mount pressure on you, who else? Because it is you who should drive your ministry to give us the responses. The question is on education, another one on health, another one on energy, another one disaster preparedness. The Prime Minister must respond, and as such we must get responses. I sat again in the House of Commons. The House of Commons, the Prime Minister's question time is you answer, the Prime Minister responds. Tap, 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 tap. Then there was a member who posed the question to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister responded, we are trying to fix what you did not do when you were in government. And you hear the others yelling, yeah, he has responded. Because they were in government, but now, or then, they were now in opposition. Mr. Prime Minister, you have failed to do this. Honorable members, Mr. Speaker, we are trying to fix what these people failed to do while they were in government. He has responded. We need time. Next question. But that is the British system. Ours, we have adopted a system where a member must submit that question in writing. Then the Prime Minister responds. But there are also instances where there are instant question and answer between the Prime Minister and members. But still in doing that, we must get information. That institution called Parliament can either dress you or undress you. And in most instances, if you have the information, give it as brief as it is. Do not even volunteer information that is not needed. Again, Irem, you remember one time when we were at the ministry, Parliament needed some information on renovation of Nambole. Nambole people wrote 3 pages, giving us history, how Nambole was built in 1990, what, a Chinese donation. The question that Parliament needed, or the answer that Parliament needed, would not even exceed half a page. So we had to sit and structure that and sent it to Parliament through Sylvia. Then I came in the afternoon to respond. I had 1 page to respond to 3 pages, to 3 questions. Just 1 page. About the people who settle around Nambole. What is government going to do with them? First of all, these are encroachers. When they settled there, they did not settle there with the consent of government. Government has decided to renovate the place. Please take leave. And that was it. But at times we volunteer lots of information. The more you volunteer, the more questions you what? You attract. If the question is specific, it is specific. I remember one Prime Minister, either Right Honorable Amama or Right Honorable Rugunda, you would ask him, are you aware? Then the Prime Minister would come and say, no, I'm not aware. Right Honorable Prime Minister, are you aware that in my constituency there is ABCD? I am not aware. Yes, because you want to know whether I am aware. Do you expect the Prime Minister now to know that there is a broken bridge that broke yesterday in Ajuri County where I come from? Even before I've informed him or her. Then you come and ask, Right Honorable Prime Minister, are you aware in my constituency there was heavy whatever yesterday and blah, blah, blah. The Prime Minister walks. Honorable colleague, Right Honorable Speaker, I am not aware. Because your question requires that answer. So how do you tailor your question also? So your main focus is to facilitate communication. And please help your ministers. Because there are those, by the time they read statements on the floor of Parliament, you can visibly see that a minister has not gone through this statement. 2, you also, and you are the points of contact. There is no single officer here who will contact any minister without contacting you, the liaison officer. The clerk to Parliament wrote to your ministry, requiring a response within this time. No, let me look around. Let me go around. So you are the point of contact. Many times I am there or not there. Where they fail, they come to me. Then I can look for the minister. Then I can look for the minister to ensure that we handle that on behalf of the leader of government business. I want to drive my point finally home with very, very simple examples. For you to remember that you play very, very important roles. I believe in our O-level, we all did physics. There was something in physics called the center of gravity. You are the parliamentary liaison officer, but substantially principal assistant secretary, senior assistant secretary, but you have been given additional assignment as parliamentary liaison officer. If I were a teacher of physics, I would tell you You are the center of gravity. Without you, it is difficult for us to extract and get any information or response to any question that requires a response from your respective MDAs. So you are the center of gravity. Since we are all ladies and gentlemen, I will use both football and netball. If you were football players, you would be a midfielder. Your role is to serve attacking team, those who are ahead. But you get the ball from defense and you feed the attackers. If you are an attacking midfielder, you can score. If you are a holding midfielder, your role is to be around the hatch, just to cool the temperament of the game. I think in netball, I normally see those marks. There is one with C. Isn't that the center? So that would be your role. You are that center person, the kingpin or the queen pin. If there is also a pin for the queen, we normally use the king pin. But I think to be gender sensitive, we use both queen and the king. So that is the role you play. In simple terms, if you were a car, you would be the engine. Because if you don't serve us going forward, if you don't serve Parliament with the responses we require, the car can't move. You will see us going there. If your minister is not there, maybe PM or deputies are not there, you will see the speaker, government chief whip. And for you, you rise up. And you must also rise up when not looking like you are panicking. You rise as if you are aware that the ministry is not yet ready. So we were in touch with the ministry. The ministry has requested for more time to present this matter. Then after that, you walk out and call the minister. Even if you come, this is what I've said. Say, no, it is work in progress. We can't respond today. You don't say that the minister walks in and he says, I am ready. Uncoordinated movement of troops. Very, very dangerous. Everybody can die when troops are uncoordinated. So you are the engine. Please, we expect more from you. It is unfortunate or fortunate that we are meeting in the 4th year of Parliament. I have been in Parliament for some time. Despite the high attrition rate, God has kept me there for some time. I normally know that towards the end of every Parliament, the members are overwhelmed. This is now a period of electioneering. Primaries within political parties. Election of structure leaders within political parties. Then we shall proceed to the mainstream general elections. So it is going to be hard even to get ministers. But at least every ministry has a minimum of 3 ministers, with the exception of Kampala with 2, then science and technology with only 1, without a minister of state. And the government chief whip, who is only 1, who must be present each and every time, only 1. But we are learning. Because the government chief whip will always be 1. If he's not there, he's not there. If he's there, he's there. The prime minister is 1. If she's not there, she's not there. So this is a very, very difficult period for us, even to get quorum on matters that require quorum. Just last week on Thursday, we saw the response. The members who turned up for State of the Nation. And the reality has come. The moment of truth has come. You know, when we are new, the way people introduce themselves. Hey, I am Honorable Ubua. I am the one who defeated Minister so and so. I am honorable. I am the one who defeated the leader of opposition. But now the moment of truth has come for you to defend the defeat of 4 years. The moment of truth has come. So you can see that literally, even on State of the Nation's address. I don't know how many ministers were there. Not even a half. Even members of parliament, not even a half. So that means that is going to be a challenge for you and us. And yet we must process businesses of government. So as you live here, ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts that I did not put them in a speech, but I thought of sharing them with you to provoke you to know that the road ahead is rough. The next 1 year will be rough. But when we reach next year and a new parliament is sworn in, there will even be no space in parliament for people to sit. There will be no space. But you wait, first, second, third, fourth. Now you can sit and you throw this side here, you can move 2-3 meters before touching a colleague. But immediately a new parliament is sworn in, you will see even members standing. Because that house was constructed with a chamber to accommodate only 80 people. Now we have 556. You will see those standing. So those are the challenges of our time. But I believe God has put us in this time and season for a reason. Let's serve our nation. I am happy that we have gathered here. You know, at times in government, those are parliamentary things, those are stuff. We are serving one party, NRM. We are serving one government, NRM government. We are serving one president, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We are serving one country called Uganda. If you don't have the spirit to serve, the most decent thing would be to lay down your tools and say, let me comply with the constitution of Uganda. I go back, maybe join farming. There's also money there. But the God who has placed you there has a reason. Please don't let down your God, don't let down your Allah. Do your best in whatever circumstances to deliver. People are saying, and never give up. There are people who tell you, I've been in a position of principle for now 20 years, 15 years. Those ones who came yesterday, they are even above me. You even want to reject God. Who tells you God is not aware? God is aware. There could also be a reason. But God is aware. He does things at the right time. For you, you want to move so fast. But for him, he's saying, please wait. Please wait. I normally give example on myself. I was appointed a minister of state, placed in a ministry headed by the first lady of the country. The first lady of the country. And when colleagues are asking, they're like, they think, but you know, whatever God has prepared, he has prepared. Whatever God has prepared, he has prepared. Whether what happens, you will go through that small hole in a needle, you will still reach there. What is meant for you is meant for you. What is not meant for you is not yours. That must be the spirit. So, Director, I want to thank you, and Assistant Director, and all the staff. Let's go out and serve the world. Let's go out and serve the world. I am happy today you have met, and we have treated Joseph well. We have treated Joseph well. He can send back a report and say we need to collaborate more with a specific department in Parliament called Office of the Leader of Government Business. So if there are staff from the department in charge of training, please know that we are also people. Are they here? Who is from that department? CP what? CPS. Who is from CPS? They are absent without official leave. But we shall knock their doors. We have cornered them. There is no way they can run away. Joseph is going to hold them from one side. I will hold them from another side. Director and assistant director will hold them from another side. And we shall make sure we are part and parcel of the training session and training programs of the department. Ladies and gentlemen, I was invited to deliver the closing remark and to declare. Because if I fail to declare, we may invite other... we can turn into other businesses. But since I was invited to make the closing remarks and officially declare the workshop or the training closed, let me now take this opportunity on behalf of the Office of the Leader of Government Business in Parliament, headed by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, because constitutionally she is the leader. The department is named Office of the Leader, but she is constitutionally the leader of government business in Parliament.